Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a social sports pad podcast.
I love it, man. I love it. We're in playoff season.
It
Playoffs.
is fantasy football playoff season. I am your host, Billy Styles, also known
as
to
Ricky.
I was going to say, known to the world of the podcast land as Ricky. As you heard, that is Cobra. Ben is with us as always, and our guest is Jayme. Basically, this is the hard count. And so we're definitely trying out some. Yeah, man. So we're going to try out hard count for this one. And if it kind of sounds good and agreeable, that's what we're going to go ahead and do. This is our show where, the ones that weren't able to join us during the Twitch cast to voice their opinions out loud are able to get their platform and their voice heard, because we here at the Social Sports Pad Podcast want to make sure that all of our friends are heard. So, Jayme, how are you today?
Welcome to my show.
Yeah, it is Jayme's show today because,
you've already heard from us. You've already heard from us.
Yep. You will.
Jayme, since you weren't able to join, it's your show, unfortunately.
Unfortunately,
we sent a feeler out to our friends in
and
our
Discord,
all busy, and they're unfortunately busy.
Yeah, so it's
sucks to be them.
Yeah, I mean, much as like the multiple person show, especially when it comes to the bold predictions and stuff like that, this is definitely a challenge for you, Jayme, sir, as your bold predictions have to be even bolder.
Ooh, yes, that's definitely a bulletproof coffee bold month.
Definitely, we are going from the Rock of Shame to the Rock of Victory.
Yep.
And yes, that is a Simpsons reference. So,
Rock of Triumph, actually.
Whatever works.
Yep.
But Jayme, what are you thinking about today? I was about to say we got a second Jayme. I'm like, oh no, Jayme's multiplying.
He said it was unfortunate that this was going to be my show, and all of a sudden I started getting signal issues coincidentally.
Cobra's like, all right, so basically
separating via mitosis.
So the only thing that me, Ben, and Cobra are kind of going to go ahead and do is we're going to kind of like comment a little bit on basically what Jayme's bold predictions are. I will give Jayme the spread, and before then, let us talk about what's already happened. We're going to talk about Thursday night football as the Oakland Raiders decided to show. And they beat down on the Los Angeles Chargers
of San Diego.
Yep, 63-21. So how we're going to do this is, Jayme, you're going to be my leadoff guy today because this is your show today. Then it's going to be back. All right. So basically, what was your thoughts on Thursday night?
Well, first and foremost, going into Thursday, I was needing a miracle because I had Josh Jacobs go down. He is a key part to my fantasy team, and I was lucky to get Zamir White. So I was merely just watching this game, hoping by some miracle Zamir White would do something. He was scoring me 13 fantasy points with a touchdown and about 60 yards. So that was a good day for me. But what was most impressive that actually kept me watching was how many points can the Raiders score in a single half? Because, good Lord, those Chargers didn't even show up Thursday night. They thought it was a Tuesday. The overall offense was terrible. It was just a laughing stock. It was like the defense knew what the offensive plays were before the quarterback knew what the offensive plays were.
Well, I mean, the play calling was probably from Easton Stick. And we all know that Easton Sticks are terrible. I mean, the synergy is overrated, and so is the Easton Stealth.
Oh, he's going with equipment. All right, so Ben, do you have anything to add about what you saw on Thursday night?
I saw an ass whooping is what I saw, and I saw an exit of a head coach that night as well.
Yeah, basically, Brandon Staley got fired, as well as the GM of the San Diego, Los Angeles.
I was about to say you can
Chargers.
take him out of San Diego, but you can't take the San Diego out of the Chargers.
I mean, yeah, not gonna lie. The only thing that, what was it? No, it was last week that they did the Antonio Gates ceremony. I was like, yeah, if they did the Antonio Gates ceremony, they should have just put him out on the field. Cobra, do you have anything to add about what? I know you didn't watch the game, you had to work, so you were asleep. I mean, you didn't miss much. So.
Oh no, I probably would have laughed my ass off, especially at the Chargers. I damn sure know that the city of San Diego may be mad at Dean Spanos for moving the team to LA, but after that game, do you think the city of San Diego wants them back?
Probably not.
But they definitely will say with a resounding authority, "Fuck you, Spanos."
So, something I'll definitely comment on the game is, watching the game. Because
if he wasn't there's a huge problem.
No, the team that was playing the Raiders was not playing. The play that I definitely mentioned is that scoop and score that they had in the third quarter. All right. Stick, he got sacked and the ball popped out. None of the Chargers even moved until the guy was 15 yards down the field.
It must have felt like 15 miles.
I mean, not going to lie. He could have gone for 15 miles. I mean, it was funny. Like they were like, yeah, the lineman ran for 17 miles an hour. And it was a defensive tackle. So, but yeah, like the only person on the Chargers that had any sort of heart or play was Garrett Everett, and definitely kudos to Garrett Everett. The Raiders, they need to get a holla at your boy, nomination.
Absolutely,
for what they did against the Chargers.
I will
they've scored more points. They scored more points than their offense did last week. What the Chargers had done the 2 weeks prior, and currently more points than either of the Minnesota Vikings, who are right now 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter, as the Vikings are up on the Bengals 17-10. That's kind of dating where we're at on the games. So
the Raiders have also scored more points than the Eagles in the last 2 games.
Yep. So, but yes.
That was
kind of going back to what Ben had hinted on. Brandon Staley got fired by the Chargers. So now that leaves us with 3 active coaching vacancies right now, as the Las Vegas Raiders fired Josh McDaniel.
Yep.
The Carolina Panthers fired Frank Wright, and Brandon Staley just got released from the Chargers.
And a reminder that even though they have interim coaches right now, that doesn't mean that position is secure. Always remember that.
I mean, Antonio Pierce, he won his first 2 games as interim head coach, and he kind of slipped up the. But this game kind of gives him a big nod up there, but we'll kind of disregard that. We can't really.
Sadly, but hopefully he does get the job for the Raiders.
I would like to see him keep it.
I want to see him keep it, exactly,
well,
because
that's a different discussion for another time.
Absolutely, that'll be off-season shit.
Yeah, because we'll definitely talk off season. We'll definitely have a wonderful Black Monday show. Where that
Definitely.
week.
Well, it'll be Black Tuesday, but still.
Yeah, maybe Black Tuesday for us because we'll comment on those. But I basically, since we are bringing up the coaching, I did hear reports this week that 2 teams are also, they're not firing their coaches now, but there will be 2 additional vacancies on Black Monday. The
Washington Commanders and the New England Patriots.
Well, they also said that Rivera probably won't be the only person leaving town in Washington.
With the New England Patriots, that's for longtime fans of football, for how long Bill Belichick has been involved with the Patriots, it's kind of a shocker. In a way, it's kind of a shocker.
Not gonna lie,
but it also falls into my narrative of coaches do have a shelf life.
Belichick is the epitome of how long a shelf life can be for a coach that does good, but also has a GOAT as a quarterback.
It's called Tom Landry and Don Shula. All right, there's your shelf life.
It's been a long time since you've had one.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's always sad to see a legendary coach in his final moments. It's like seeing your favorite boxer or your favorite player just go down to his last, remembering the times that they were dominant and then just they, go ahead and go down to a super kick at WrestleMania. Or I was going to... And but I mean, at least in the case of Belichick, I would definitely go ahead and stay down, stay gone, and not come back and, like Ric Flair with his son-in-law Andrade in that terrible tag team match.
I feel bad for Jay Lethal.
Ridge Holland.
I feel bad for Jay Lethal in that one.
Yeah. So, all right. So anyway, basically guys, what really going around about to doing this is we have 5 coaching vacancies right now. 2 are reported that will happen at the end of the season, and 3 that are already happened. So of these 5 teams, the Raiders, Commanders, Chargers, Patriots, and Panthers. Basically, I want each of you guys to pick a team. So, Jayme, again, your show. You'll be first. Then Ben, then Cobra, then myself. Pick one team that you would absolutely want to go to and why. So, Jayme, take it away.
Well, Ben's going to be mad at me, but I don't care. You can call her or what. I will want to go to Washington. And here is the reason why. 1, they have a good nucleus of young talent at the wide receiver and running back position. They have a quarterback who either A, can become much better next season, or B, they are early enough in the draft to go ahead and draft a better quarterback if you want to go that route. Reason number 2, I don't know if you guys seen it, but the NFL has also lifted the money for teams to $250 million.
Increase the salary cap.
The salary cap increase. The Commanders will have $100 million at their expense with the new ownership group to get whoever they want. So I expect Josh Harrison, Magic Johnson to go out, do their due diligence, get a good coaching staff in place, and I expect the Commanders to be major buyers during this offseason, which there is quite a good list of some strong talent that will become free agents after this year.
Not just quarterback as to be I wouldn't just seek out quarterback as far as the Commanders are concerned. I'd also seek out secondary help because, that secondary is porous.
Yes, and that's where the free agency piece is coming in. They got money to
would
spend, and
invest
they're
in
going to
that
spend it
line.
on that defense and that offensive line.
That could be built in the draft. All right, Ben.
I honestly would say the Panthers would probably be the best bet right now. They have a young nucleus as well, and with the right coach, I think they would be heading in the right direction. Right now, they have no direction, and with that quarterback, I think they have a promise, and I think they'll do better with definitely with a new coach.
New coach and an offensive line.
Yes.
With the Carolina Panthers, definitely.
They have a little bit that they can build around it.
So I'm going to say the place that I would want to go to is I would go to the Chargers on this one. Justin Herbert may be injured, but he's still a quality quarterback. You have Joey Bosa. You have offensive weapons. You have Austin Eckler. You have wide receivers. The issue with the Chargers this year was coaching. Brandon Staley was in over his head 2 years ago when he decided to go for the win instead of the tie that would have actually got the Chargers and the Raiders into the playoffs. Raiders and Steelers into the playoffs.
Yeah, fuck your rivals. Fuck your rivals. I would have gone for the win. Instead of taking a tie, go for the win. Fuck. How about your mathematics in the playoffs?
But either way, I think the Chargers would be my pick to go if I were a coach candidate.
Okay, so yeah, what did Ben say?
Ben said Carolina. I said the Chargers, and Jayme said the Commanders. 2 left.
Ooh.
So you have the Raiders and the New England Patriots.
Yes. Loving it. So definitely. So you guys gave me the Raiders and the Patriots.
Yes,
Patriots is a good option too.
I mean, not gonna lie, you gave me the best options. The Raiders. One, you have Josh Jacobs, 2 years off of being the NFL's leading rusher. You have Devontae Adams, arguably the best receiver in the league. You have Jacoby Myers. You have Hunter Renfrow. You have basically that offense. You just have to shore up that line a little bit, and that is a Super Bowl caliber team right now. And Aiden O'Connell, who made strides this year, so you don't have to really go out and get anybody as a young quarterback in the draft. Basically, bring in somebody like, I don't know, an Andy Dalton or a journeyman backup that's a serviceable backup. Or Aiden O'Connell, you're fine. Zaire White did phenomenal in Josh Jacobs' absence. And with that defense plays with a lot of heart. And just shore up the pieces a little bit, get you some better help at safety and corner. And, the sky's the limit with the Raiders. And not going to lie, that would be my pick. With the Patriots have a decent defense. They were hurt this year. And that offense, it's an underrated receiver core. Mac Jones, honestly, I think the problem with it is, that New England didn't really have a line. There are lines that are run based and there are lines that are pass based. That is a running game offense.
Well, the option to go to Patriots, the best option there, because that was going to be my other option. Longevity as possible coach. You get a little bit of a leadway. Seems like in New England, he'll at least work with you.
I'm back. What I miss?
Nothing. Basically, I chose the Raiders over the Patriots.
I think that's a smart decision.
I mean, as much as they're both good decisions, the Patriots being that, they have a defense that this year they gained a lot more experience, because of injuries to that defense.
But the Raiders, I think, had more offensive potential as well. Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs,
I mean, the caliber
team.
team,
Yes,
that just needs to be coached properly.
Like
I said,
coached properly, and probably more talent at the core. Is Aiden O'Connell the answer? Maybe if he has coaching.
He might not be,
but he also might.
But basically, he's gotten enough experience right now in year one that, not gonna lie, I would definitely feel comfortable with him in year two.
Yes,
so basically going also. Of these, if I was a head coach looking at a position, definitely go to. Ones I would definitely get rid of. One, I would get rid of the Commanders only because the Eagles and the Cowboys. Do I really want to face those guys 4 times a year?
Yeah.
Kind of the reason why I went with the Raiders again over the Patriots.
Yeah.
Okay. Would I want to face the Dolphins and the Jets? Six of my games?
No.
Seriously, the way of the AFC West is starting to get.
Yeah.
With the Chiefs actually looking vulnerable.
Chiefs looking vulnerable.
That division is mine for the taking next year. All right.
If Denver doesn't beat you to it first.
Yeah, but that depends on Russell's cooking. I mean, what?
Yes, he might end up being on the other side of Gordon Ramsay, and with 2 pieces of bread slapped to his head, going, "What are you?
You're a shit sandwich."
No, you're an idiot sandwich.
Shit sandwich.
Yep. Ted sandwich. Okay, so Ricky.
All right, I am
looking at the score, and we are tied. It looks like
we are tied up for
Bengals and Vikings.
Actually, there almost was a pick 6. Defensive offsides. The Bengals almost took the lead.
All right.
So Tony's on the other team.
I needed that.
So we are going to clean up.
Yeah,
clean up.
Yeah, we are definitely going to clean up these games.
Sponsor time by Duke Cannon Supply Company. They have a special right now going. If you spend $50, if you spend $75 off product, you get a free gift, which is a lump of coal tactical scrubber package.
Yeah, which basically it comes with a bar of soap,
a big ass bar of soap, and the tactical scrubber pouch where you put the bar of soap in. The scrubber exfoliates your body and gets to those hard to reach places, especially your beard and legs if you're a hairy man.
All right,
ladies, keep your man's turn your man from a bad boy to a nice guy. Duke Cannon Supply,
or at least nice smelling.
Yep.
All right, so basically we are, in a way, we aren't going to comment on the Saturday games because today is Saturday.
Yes.
Honestly, that's the bad thing about with our schedule, and having Saturday games is we kind of miss those.
So you can't comment on the Steelers and Colts.
Yep. Thank God.
Damn it.
Yep.
Steelers did.
Yeah. No. Yep. Let's skip that.
Needed to do that, guys.
I know.
I love it.
But basically,
we'll
the
skip it.
Steelers are facing Indianapolis shortly.
And Indianapolis is favored by 2.5.
Yep. And then tonight, the Detroit Lions are favored by 4.5 over the Denver Broncos. And I'm definitely rooting for the Vikings to pull things off against the Bengals. I am basically happy that one of these teams is going to lose. So that one team doesn't get a win. That just makes
that would be great.
That would be funny. And then definitely wanting the Lions to beat the
Denver Broncos. Yep.
But the Minnesota Vikings have just scored.
All right.
Score
Addison for a 1-yard touchdown catch.
And how much time is left on that
That's
clock?
the second touchdown catch on the day.
Yep.
Treefy. Gotcha.
Yep. All right. So basically, we're going to look at this Sunday's games. Basically, Jayme, here is how we are going to roll it. I am going to tell you the game. I'm going to tell you the spread, and you are going to basically tell me the result and give me that bold. And because you are right now the only person really doing the bold prediction, I want them bolder, and bigger, bolder, and badder.
Especially considering this game coming up, tickets are.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably already gone, but yes.
Yes.
The cheapest tickets for this game, which is the Carolina Panthers, who are sitting at 1-12, already eliminated from playoff contention, versus the Atlanta Falcons, who just lost the division lead against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week.
It is
the Atlanta
tank
Falcons.
division.
Yeah,
Tank
it is.
division.
It's the division of suck, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, they are revving up them tanks so hard.
5,000.
Yep. So Jayme, chime in. Give us that bold.
Yep. Atlanta is favored by 3.5 over Carolina. So give me that bold.
See, my goal is at some point, I'm going to give you a bowl so bad that it's going to be worse than black coffee on Cobra's stomach.
Oh, shit.
Why you got to insult my stomach?
Oh, no. It's like black coffee on your stomach. You know what happens with black coffee?
You get this game. That's what you get.
The machine gun shits. Yeah, that'll give you this game will definitely give you the machine gun shits. Oh.
Yep, definitely. Make your bowels flow faster than
Rambo with an M60.
Woo!
Brrr, pow, pow, pow.
Yep.
So this
All right.
game, it's going to be bad. It's the Panthers. It's the Arthur Smith Falcons. I'm going to go bold. I'm going to say this is a Bijan Robinson day. He is going to have 2 rushing touchdowns, and he's going to have 1 in the air by receiving. So it's going to be Bijan Robinson 21, the Carolina Panthers 7.
I'm going to laugh if the Panthers pull this out of their ass. I'm going to laugh. That's all I'm going to say. Next.
I'm definitely wanting the Carolina Panthers to win this game.
Yes.
That
team is young and they deserve a win.
Yep, absolutely. And I think that the Atlanta Falcons, Arthur Smith is definitely going to be one of our candidates on the chopping block this season.
If Arthur Smith isn't on the chopping block, Arthur Blank is definitely smoking that Home Depot weed.
All right. So basically, speaking of a coach on the chopping block, basically our visiting team, the Chicago Bears, in this next matchup against the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns are favored by 3.5 points over the Chicago Bears. As like I said, Eberflus might be one of the coaches fired on Black Monday.
And if the Browns win, you're going to hear a lot of groaning yinzers.
Yep. So basically, like I said, the Browns are favored by 3.5. Jayme, go ahead, take it away.
This game is so wacko, you got to go with Flacco. This is one of those things. I don't know what's been going up with Joe, but he is coming back and showing that he is the Joe that you should get behind. Not Burrow, but we're going Flacco. Joe Burrow is.
Who said Flacco last time?
Let him speak.
Oh, he's
Ben,
like,
we've already chimed in.
Ben's like, the phone. Pick up the phone.
Joe Flacco is going to continue to, as he wants to take the Browns to the Super Bowl, not in the figurative shit show that we have, but in the literal sense. He is going to try to become the one to do it. And I think he continues to make his case with a good defense and has himself another 4-touchdown day.
To quote the immortal band Guar, how far are you willing to take this, Cleveland?
Jayme thought I was crazy.
Yes.
Rubber room.
Speaking of
another
rats, and speaking
Rats
of
make
another
crazy.
coach potentially on the chopping block, the next game. the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, not gonna lie. I've been saying for a few weeks now that Matt LaFleur might be on the hot seat.
Yes.
Now, I mean, I could be wrong, but not gonna lie. Yeah, that definitely seems like something that could quite happen.
The Packers are favored by 3.5.
Yep, they're both 6 and 7, definitely fighting for playoff lives.
Well, maybe not the Buccaneers.
I mean, the Buccaneers.
Buccaneers are the head of the shit pile.
They can actually gain ground with a win here.
Yes.
So
yes.
I mean, the being 6 and 7, they're still fighting for their lives.
Yeah.
All right, so Jayme, go ahead and take it away.
So Tampa Bay is still, unfortunately, very much in the division competition in their division, and unfortunately, their defense is better than a lot of people like them to think. And Jordan Love, he's been pretty hot and cold. He's either really good or he's really bad. And unfortunately, Baker Mayfield is going to show him that it's just not his day. I see Baker Mayfield outscoring Jordan Love in this game by leaning on Mike Evans and Chris Godwin if he plays.
See, Packers, this is what happens when you don't draft wide receivers in the first fucking round.
This is what happens when Katy Perry's your quarterback.
She's hot and you're cold. Yes, and you're...
Anyway, give it time. You'll be a Metallica song. You'll be trapped under ice.
Oh, no, I was going to say like one.
Under pressure.
Nah, trapped under ice. Or you're going to
darkness imprisoning me.
All I see, absolute horror. I cannot live. Next.
All right, so yeah, basically, moving on. Basically, speaking of one, these guys definitely are like the subject matter of Metallica's one, the New York Jets. They definitely seem like a team that stepped on a landmine this year as they go into Miami. As Miami is favored by 8.5. As we mentioned in the Twitch cast on Tuesday, that basically we're hoping for an upset, me and Cobra, as basically any Dolphins loss and a Bills victory will bring the AFC East division closer to us.
I do have some bad news.
Yep. We're afraid to have some bomb.
I was gonna chime in. Let's just hope that this week the Jets don't end up like a ball turret gunner that ends up getting stuck when the plane has to make an emergency crash landing.
But yes, the Dolphins, like I said, favored by 8.5 points. Tyreek Hill is not 100%. They just had an injury to their center.
Their offensive line is riddled
during the game. So, Jayme, go ahead. Give us that bowl.
Well, it doesn't matter if Tyreek's 100%. He went through the practice report yesterday. He no longer has an injury designation next to his name. He's not even going to have to play in the second half. Tyreek Hill is going to make the Jets understand that he is the EST in New York. He is going to have himself a 150-yard, 2-touchdown day in the.
Hold up. Yeah, basically, Cobra, I think, is jiggling that cord a little bit. Basically, like, we're not healing any of this bullshit.
Yeah. Like, I understand that Florida's home of hard drugs, but enough of that. All right, so we are now.
Hold on.
But anyway, Jayme, cook that blue meth.
Let me give Jayme a little bit of an inside information. I'm not sure if he's been following the situation there. So, to give a little juice to this, though, I want to see if maybe this changes Jayme's direction on this. So, on the 24th of December, Washington plays the Jets. And according to rumors, Aaron Rodgers is supposed to come back. I think there's fuel underneath the fire's ass of the Jets, and they're going to win. I think that's going to cause an.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to return yet.
See,
Like
Ben?
Achilles tears. I don't care how much those magic mushrooms make you feel. Like Achilles tears are nothing to fuck with.
What, Jayme?
I said I saw that report, but here's the unfortunate reality: Zach Wilson cannot get the job done. It's been proven he can't get the job done.
Shit.
So there's absolutely no way that after they lose this game, that Aaron Rodgers is going to see that field and he's going to I want no part of this year.
Zach Wilson too much.
Now, actually, who gave you that report, Jayme, about Zach Wilson not getting it done? The Sports Illustrated or Mom's Monthly?
Yeah,
Zach Wilson's in the spread of Playgirl.
Mama Kelsey told me about it.
Playgirl's the wrong magazine, and two, he's looking more at Maitland Ward fan pictures.
Either way,
Boy Meets World
Mama
definitely.
Kelsey told me about it.
all right. So
Mama
basically, leaving Zach Wilson with his moms. We go to New Orleans as the New Orleans Saints host the New York Giants. As the Saints are 4.5-point favorites. So go ahead, Jayme, take it away.
As much as I don't want to do it, this is another opportunity for, yet again, the New York Giants to continue this winning streak that they are on. Tommy Cutlets is going to have another time showing them that they invested all their money into our hurt quarterback who's not even going to be their starter next year.
Yeah, well, yeah, Derek Carr is acting more like a rusted 84 Cutlass Supreme with a broken water pump.
I'm just not a fan of Derek Carr, and already, like, Chris Olave is a game. I've seen that he's a game time decision, and
Derek Carr broke down. All you gotta say, Derek Carr broke down. That's all. Those are the 4 words you just have to say. Derek Carr broke down.
All right. So before we go into the next matchup, a basically update from Cincinnati. The Bengals and Vikings are now tied with 39 seconds left in the 24. T. Higgins just got a touchdown pass from Jake Browning.
All right. So now the Battle of the Oilers.
So yes, this is Oiler Fest 69 as the Tennessee Titans host the Houston Texans. The Titans are favored by 2.5 points. I think mainly because we are not going to see C.J. Stroud. We're not going to see Tank Dell. We're probably not even going to see Nico Collins. So,
the Houston Texans are being led by General Mills.
Yep. So go ahead and take it away.
Take it away, Jayme.
Sadly, I have to?
Yes.
Oh. I don't like this game. I think it's just going to be.
I know it's mayo in your coffee. I know
it really is, and I'm just seeing this as who on each team do I trust the most? And unfortunately, right now it is Derrick Henry. He is the only solid thing that the Titans have going on. You sprinkle a little bit of DeAndre Hopkins in there, but it's going to be another boring, low-volume affair, especially if C.J. Stroud is not out of concussion protocol. It's going to be a bunch of Derrick Henry, just that slow monster truck just mowing down the field about 4 to 6 yards at a time. They're not going to be able to stop it, and you'll see it on Red Zone probably once every half hour, and that's going to be it.
Okay.
All right.
So now we are going to Foxborough as the New England Patriots 3-10 versus the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 8-5, coming off a offsides call that was the right call, and they are 9.5-point favorites over New England. So, Jayme, give me that bold. What do you got?
It's one of those things where, as much as we all like to get on Patrick Mahomes and critique the ever-living crap out of the poor kid,
it's not Mahomes, it's Tony.
It's
Dunk on his ass.
It's one of the things you don't want to face that kid when he's pissed off. Regardless if the call was right or wrong, he was pissed off at the end of that game, and those those poor people up in New England are going to see a train wreck of a team just get dogged around by Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, because he's like, no more of this, no more of this. I'm going to my sure hands. I'm going to stick it to Travis Kelce. I'm going to stick it to Rashee Rice, and we're just going to do what the Raiders. And I'm just going to light them, go off with a couple of touchdowns each.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So before we get to the 4:00 games, I want to remind the stream that we are sponsored also by Fanatics. They currently have right now up to 65% off select items, and you order today and you get it by Christmas. Obviously, with the season about to wrap up, support your team for the playoffs. Get ready for that final push. Remember, go to our affiliate link and the Spotify down below for fanatics.com. So now back to the podcast.
All right. So basically, this team is definitely getting an uptick in sales right now. The San Francisco 49ers going into the Arizona desert to take on the Arizona. They're absolutely getting a green Christmas this year as 13.5-point favorites
as they entered the house that Jake built.
Yep. These Cardinals are a gift wrapped victory for the 49ers. So Jayme, go ahead and give us your thoughts on this 13.5-point ass whooping.
There's just nothing that Arizona is doing right. I mean, they get a little juice from Kyler Murray coming back, but it's just going to be more of the same of the San Francisco 49ers showing up to Arizona. They're going to walk down the center of the field, disrupt the field goal kickers' kicks, pretty much walk over the logos, make a statement saying this is our field now. They're going to go out and put up another 40 burger on Arizona.
So you're saying San Francisco is going to pull a Captain Phillips? I'm the captain. No,
very much so. But my bold is actually on the other side, because I think it's without a shadow of a doubt, we all know that the Niners are going to win this game. But Kyler Murray is going to have arguably his best game. He's going to battle against a really strong San Francisco team, but he's going to go out and he's going to throw for a couple, and he's going to run for one in, but it's still not going to be enough.
Nice. So basically, something also to make note on this game, that more than likely this game will put the Arizona Cardinals into a visit to see the doctors, Dr. Cobra and Dr. Styles, on Tuesday. So next, another team that has potential to go see the doctor, the Washington Commanders versus the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are favored by 6.5. So, Jayme, take it away.
This pains, but it's going to be more of the same for the Commanders. It's going to be Matthew Stafford welcoming the Commanders to LA, and he's going to say,
SoFi is a nice stadium, I hear.
From what I've seen, it's a nice stadium, but he's going to say, welcome aboard. Let me introduce you to my two friends, Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. And they're going to be Hakuna Matataing their way to another smooth victory over the Commanders, where you're going to see him throw for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Right. All right.
So, an update in Cincinnati is we're going to overtime, ladies and gentlemen.
We're going to overtime.
OT. Woo, woo.
All right.
OT.
All right. So now
this might be the game of the week as the Dallas Cowboys goes into Orchard Park, New York to take on the Buffalo Bills. The Bills, weirdly enough, are favored by 2.5 points over the Dallas Cowboys. I think I mentioned that this is my money game of the week as I took Dallas. But
anything
Jayme,
can
go
happen.
ahead, take it away. Any given Sunday.
So I know with this one, I know both Cobra and Ricky are sitting on pins and needles to hear this. Which way will Jayme go? Do the boys go into Buffalo and continue their forerunner to compete for that first overall bye, or does Josh Allen and company continue their playoff hunt and stay in the competition? Are you ready?
Let's hear it.
My prediction for this game is that Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills are going to win and beat the Dallas Cowboys. What not only is it going to be Josh Allen showing why he is their franchise quarterback with 3 total touchdowns on the day, but he is going to force a late touchdown in the fourth quarter, which will cause Dak Prescott to not turn the ball over once, but turn the ball over twice in the last 4 minutes of the game.
Wow, that is some bold right there.
I did have a discussion with a Dallas fan about this today, and he thinks this is going to be a very good match and to go either two ways. Either we see the Dallas team from last week, or this will be a back and forth close matchup and the Bills win in overtime.
Well,
that is how he saw it.
I think it's basically which Dallas team shows up. The Dallas team at home is a lot different than a Dallas team on the road.
Agreed.
I think that's Buffalo's the same way.
And I think that's
Josh Allen's better at home than on the road. But that defense is also kind of mid at home.
Yes.
Ironic stat with Buffalo though. And
they have not won overtime.
Well, not including overtime. I'm not even touching that. When it comes to Buffalo in the month of December, when they are playing at home, they are 45-46 in December at home.
Pretty much they're split.
Yeah. They are split.
Right.
So you don't really know which Buffalo team you're going to get, but I think all the focus of Josh Allen and all media just looks at his turnovers. They completely ignore the fact that without Josh Allen, they would not be in any of those games. And I think he reminds them social media sportscaster people out there why he is their franchise guy.
Which again,
I mean, but also you talk about all time 45-46 with Buffalo in December. Those also had the Brady years.
Yes,
and those years were definitely kind of
those are dark times, especially for all the AFC teams.
Well, I was going to say mainly for Buffalo.
Yeah,
and
Buffalo they were Brady's bitch.
Yes,
and not to mention
famous PPP loan abuser Tom Brady, famous user Tom Brady. So now we go
I've also mentioned in the past weeks, we are now in the era of December Dallas. Dallas, it is a matter of time whether it's this week, next week, or the final week. They are going to reveal themselves as to why they never go to the Super Bowl. And I think this week starts the collapse of Dallas.
And so now, thank you, Jayme. Now we go Sunday night. We head all elite to Duval as the Baltimore Ravens, who are 3.5-point favorites over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jayme, this is your thing. Tell us all about it.
Well, I make one set of crew happy. Ben, you're getting your wish too, because Trevor Lawrence is going to go against Baltimore, and him and Zay Jones are going to defeat the Baltimore Ravens. That is my goal.
My nipples and a quick report on Ben. His nipples are like diamonds. They're piercing his shirt.
They're getting hard now.
Trevor Lawrence.
Somebody is moist.
Yeah. Somebody get a mop. He just made a mess. All right. So
and finally, Ben creams his pants. We'll go to Monday night as the Seattle Seahawks host the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are only favored by 3.5.
And so, Jayme, fucking send it. Tell us what we got.
Fucking send it.
The Philadelphia Eagles are without Darius Slay. which is
Ooh.
perfect opportunity for DK Metcalf to have himself another day with Geno Smith returning to continue their playoff hunt. And the Eagles are going to drop yet another game. You're going to see another segment on your favorite morning shows of Jalen Hurts practicing how not to fumble the ball in front of everybody, because he is going to fumble the ball yet again and cost them the win.
Yes, is going to fumble this faster than EDP 445's career.
Oh, you said the name.
All right, and that is
all the games of week 15.
Yes, it is.
Basically, now just I am going to bring up basically the clinching and elimination scenarios, because with the clinching and elimination scenarios, that also basically lets the wonderful Dr. Cobra know what patients we may have on Tuesday. But clinching scenarios.
Wow.
Yep.
What?
Wow.
What are we wowing?
What are we wowing?
Higgins got blatantly held, and there was no flag called.
Oh, man.
Okay.
So yeah, but it looks like the Bengals are about to punt to the Vikings for this.
What's the time on the clock?
Well, I mean, it's in overtime.
Yes.
There is 8:41 left on the clock. As
the
they go in
defender
there.
had a handful of his jersey right in front of the
Right.
ref.
So let Ricky continue.
So yes. Playoff clinching scenarios. Teams that could possibly clinch playoff berths. The Philadelphia rooting right now for Cincinnati to hold off the Vikings and get that win, or the game goes into a tie, because if the Vikings lose or tie, there are 3 scenarios in which the Eagles will clinch a playoff berth. If the Vikings lose or tie, they would need the Falcons to lose or tie against Carolina, and the Rams to lose or tie against Washington, or they would need the Falcons to lose, the Niners to win, and Detroit to win. Or, so much clarity in the NFL in Week 15. Or if the Vikes lose or tie, the Buccaneers need to lose against Green Bay, and the Rams need to lose. Or, with the Vikings either losing or tying, they would need the Buccaneers to lose, the Niners to win, and the Lions to win. But if the Vikings do pull off the win, which is what I'm hoping for, they would need the Packers to lose, the Falcons to lose, and the Rams to lose, or Packers, Falcons, and Lions win. All right, this is, oh my God, so much stuff there.
Just simplify it.
Yeah, there are no win and in. Basically, these are
all complex.
Well, actually, no. There is actually one win and in.
As Dallas.
Oh, never mind. Eagles win and in. Dallas win and in. Dallas loses. They run into a similar situation as that bullshit that I just absolutely said with Philly. The Detroit Lions
winning in.
No, they are not winning in.
Oh, really?
So Detroit, they win and need a little bit of help. So basically, they would win. They would need to win against Denver. They would need the Packers and the Seahawks to lose. The Seahawks to lose and the Vikings lose. Yeah, there's a whole lot of shit here. So the Niners have Niners are already. Yes, the bad news bears. The elimination segments, basically letting Cobra know his wonderful patience. So the Washington Commanders are out if they lose to the Rams. If they lose or tie to the Rams, they are out. The Arizona Cardinals, they will, if they lose to the Niners, they are out. And that's in the NFC. In the AFC, basically,
Baltimore.
Baltimore is not winning in yet.
Nice.
But wow. The Ravens have 9 different scenarios in which they can get in, but they all start with winning against the Jaguars. So I'm not going to go into all. Yeah, Baltimore's the only team right now that can get in on the AFC side, clinching this week. They would need to beat the Jaguars, as well as they would need like losses of like the Steelers and the Bills. They would need either the Steelers to lose and the Broncos to lose, or just a whole lot. Basically, if any AFC team loses and Baltimore wins, they're pretty much it.
All right, so we're doing a measurement.
As far as eliminations are concerned.
As far as eliminations.
Well, the liquor stores are hyped up because they're going to get service for the New York Jets.
Yeah.
And the Vikings are just short of the first down.
So,
Sorry, I had to do that.
Jets, they are not out yet, specifically. But if they lose, they would need against Dallas and the Colts winning against the Steelers, or if Buffalo and the Steelers win, they're out. The Titans.
We have an update in Cincinnati right now.
Apologies.
Yeah.
They're going for it on 4th and inches.
Just the tips. All right. Tennessee, they are eliminated this week if they lose to the Texans and either the Colts win, Steelers win, if the Vikings win, or if Denver wins, because the Raiders have already won.
That's interesting.
That's an interesting bunch of scenarios. Basically, it's all murky right now. Things are definitely going to get clearer next week, but basically, that is kind of it. Well, I was also kind of trying to buy time to basically let us kind of talk about the potential, overtime game.
Bengals ball.
Right. So Bengals got the ball now.
Yep.
They didn't get it on 4th.
They got the stop. They didn't even do a tush push.
All right.
No, they did not do the directional. All right. So,
Nope.
all right. So basically, Cincinnati's pretty much in field goal range. Cincinnati may just very well get. There's 6:12 left to play. So in the wonderful words of
Kenny Blankenship and
well, not even going to say that. In the wonderful words of our wonderful sounds, Skull.
All right, and if that has never been any clearer, in the immortal words of Kenny Blankenship and Vic Romano, on behalf of Playoff Citizen, we are here to remind you at the Social Sports Pad Podcast, don't get eliminated!
Yep, absolutely. So we also, again, are kind of checking things out, buying some time. I mean, like seriously, like with the podcast, I definitely want to keep things going on while the game is still at hand for us,
right? But I of course, am stepping out.
So
maybe Jayme.
Yep. Thank you once again, gentlemen, for having me.
Yep.
See you on Tuesday.
Yep. Thank
Yes,
you,
Jayme.
Cobra.
You're welcome, guys.
If you want to go ahead and plug the podcast that we have coming up.
Yeah. So starting the new year, Ben, myself, and a friend of ours named Greg, we are going to be starting every Wednesday night the Lap Down podcast, where we will be talking about everything motorsports related, mostly focusing on NASCAR, but we will touch on IndyCar and Formula One as those seasons start to begin. But this is something coming that we've been working on, and I'm super excited to get this thing going.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting for all of us here at the Social Sports Pad Podcast. As I know last year we focused primarily on football. It's nice that we're actually getting ready to start branching out into the other sports That also means that you guys are definitely going to take it away. We will still continue having our Tuesday night segments because with that, I don't know about you guys, but I am going to continue the Twitch cast on Tuesday.
I'll definitely
have 7 days
as
a
long
week.
as I'm not working.
Yeah, it was like the 7 days of 7 days of podcasting. For I would love to branch out to all the major sports. Our first will be going into NASCAR. So I'm definitely excited to hear Ben, Jayme, and I did not hear the name of the third guy,
Greg.
Okay.
Tyler also should be joining us as well too.
So Tyler, Greg, Ben, and Jayme, that'll be a fun
touchdown, baby! Come on! No! They got a first down.
All right.
Bengals.
Oh, Tyler Boyd crushing playoff dreams again. With a 44-yard pass, they are now in field goal range.
Yeah,
so
they're like on the 12-yard line, basically almost.
Yep, I would basically right now. I would go for the field goal. Like honestly, just put it over. Put them over your knee and just
spank them.
Spank them. Oh, spank.
Spank.
Oh, nice spank. Oh.
Spank. Yeah, they're running the ball. Nope. What happened?
Don't fuck it up.
Don't mess up, guys.
All right, gentlemen. But unfortunately, I do have to hop off.
All right. You take care. Have a good night. Basically, thank you again for basically doing the Jayme show on, you're not going to lie. I do like calling this the hard count, our show for Saturdays.
I can change the name up and we can make it.
I do like it.
Yeah. So, basically, thank you, Jayme, for doing the hard count with us. Not going to lie. I definitely, would try to score a touchdown with us if I was Cincinnati, but hey, definitely looks like Cincinnati is going to get the victory. So on that note, for Cobra, I am Ricky, thanking each and every one of you for listening to us here at the Social Sports Pad Podcast. And for Ben and Jayme, this has been the Hard Count. And we here at the Social Sports Pad Podcast always wish you a good night, a good week, always
good
season.
Season.